line. It's true. You can never be consistent on DUST2. Astralis did that.
Astralis tend to do what they please. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you tuning in to the final match of this stint of the event. Device. He gets himself one before going down. Glaive in lower tunnels can trade this. Bomb alone on catwalks. Meant to join forces with the two T's on long. Magisk tapping away will be traded by niko. Now, unfortunately for G2, they've got low HP, but Hunter doesn't seem to mind. Glaive making a ton of sound. Just loses his face, but Zipnix with the frag grenade dunks it onto Hunter. Where's the peek? niko right there. Now he's got the smoke, he has no kit, he's got the health advantage, and niko's still standing in the open. Now Zipex just claws him down to give Astralis the opening round.
You're kidding, he actually pulls that off. He'll go back and defuse, and who better to win the 1v1 versus niko than Zipex? niko, no cover in the open out at long, and he gets the, what, 3K in the rounds? It's too far away for me to read. I'm gonna need some new glasses like Zippis to be able to read. Were you gonna eat that hot dog?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Just putting it on full display.
Yeah. You gotta put it out there.
Shameless. Oh, okay, okay, a little banter.
Ooh.
No.
No.
You know what my favorite is, though? Zipix rubbing his tummy a little bit. Daddy Zipix is hungry.
Give me the clutch. All right, nice shot, Amanek. I see you. NES going for that hard entry. Flash bang blinds both sides. Deagle misses the mark. Frag grenade does not. Kenny actually walking through the fire gets chipped down to less than a quarter HP. Amanex trying to give support through mid, but it's Hunter to pick up that frag on his own. Device, having crawled up the catwalk, will trade one. So back to the 4 versus 4. Each team with a player low health. We've got some separate duels here, Mohan, all across the map. The Rat Rod walking out mid. And Hunter, well, he could line up 2 bodies to the left, but it's the peek on the right that's going to cost him. Device answers. Now long is really their only entry. Magisk able to regain control of the M4, at least for one frag. Device now on the corner, sees the player in the open. Molly off the mark. He got flustered, but niko, oh my goodness, through the corner, is able to catch the kill. Dupree answers yet once more. Very effective trade frags coming out of G2, back and forth, but oh, again, this time it's Dupree to just land it on his head.
Like David Blaine.
And Astralis find their second.
Watch me disappear. Yeah. You know, I was asking Twitter because I'm too lazy and incapable of doing the research myself, but I didn't think that there was a map that I didn't think it was a higher fragging map versus Astralis. The best that I found was a map that went to OT, or a map that was very strong half that coldzera had. Electronic had one in OT. But nobody's had a map in regulation where they dropped 38 kills versus Astralis.
Damn.
Let alone a 16-11 scoreline. So that was something that niko did that made history. And then something that you've seen 38 kills in a map before, but versus Astralis is a whole different ball game, of course. So that was some pretty crazy individual level from him. And I could see it coming again. He's been looking great all tournament, to be honest. Honestly, so impressed with BSM this tournament, despite him not even going positive in on a lot of his maps. And it feels like even when niko has 14 kills, I'm remembering a lot of great moments in a lot of the rounds. Impact frags.
M4 up for Dupree. Flash back from his first angle, and G2 gonna run with what they've gotten already. Bombs in tow. There's nobody inside of tunnels, but Amanek wasting no time. Just ate niko's flash. Still able to lend a helping hand. Hunter falling off cat. Just took the no-scope, but Glaive didn't get his kill. This is a bit of a robbery already, regardless of whether Astralis can manage to piece together the retake. They've got the smoke and the frag, could block off tunnels. But you can see niko wrapping around. And in that nasty Kovac 2v4 on Nuke versus FURIA, it was niko to play the long con wraparound. It works out, or it should have, yet again. Amanex got it into the clutch. He nearly dies out to Device, but will find his kill and give G2 their first round.
Oh, we forgot to talk about Amanek. He's trying to hold on to his spot. You know, one thing about the 6-man lineup, of course, is that you do have players that are every day thinking more about, now it's not the motivation to play well just so that you can impress yourself. Now it's to keep your goddamn job.
Yeah.
Imagine Navera sitting behind zywoo and RPK, learning, watching. Right now it's Jax, with his crazy Jax smile, sitting behind Amanek. Saying, Amanek, thanks for keeping my seat warm. Okay, rifle kill. Up to the top of mid, traded back out mid.
Oh.
Hunter goes for 2. He's looking
Very
for more crossfire incoming. Oh my god, how does he get all 3?
One-man army. Swinging out from mid. Exactly where the last round's hit came into fruition. They're going to play 3 players up cat. Of course, Magix is down beneath this. Could find their heads on the cross, but the Molotov's going to deny him that chance. So sure enough, G2 will get their bomb plant. Now the alternative route, play up catwalk. Use the Xbox to get hot on flank. The solution, leave a player goose, challenge across long, and suddenly G2 will have an excellent post-plant position. Hunter single-handedly winning this round, Launders.
Maniac mentioned that when things get hairy, Hunter's response can be aggression.
Okay.
Go out by himself, and the fact that he's comfortable doing that is amazing, because usually when if at a point around you're worried, you know, your response might be to be aggressive, but it might not be the one you're comfortable with. Your natural response might be hide, might be turtle up, might be let someone else do it, but he's willing to take the round into his own hands. Free up Nexa from babysitting, and that's all you need to say about that. He runs into the crossfire of Astralis. It's not that they didn't have good spots. He just comes out mid, picks them apart one at a time. All these trades make sense in terms of, you know, zipping slave, and then, of course, device from CT spawn. They all had to peek him.
You know, they all had a chance to kill him as well.
One of them had to win, yeah.
None of those 3 frags were headshots, so they were insta-kills.
And they weren't even surprises, right? They knew he was coming.
They just couldn't do anything to stop him.
That's the main problem.
Well, now he'll be relegated to the ump. Glaive's going to go walking into the tunnels. He has Dupree behind him, so one of these 2 CTs with weapons. And it's better than that of Hunter. Insta-kill. That could be an SMG retrieved by Glaive. Suddenly we see G2 shifting their focus and forces closer towards long. They've got the utility for the execute. Should most certainly be a recoverable round. Cross smokes down. They're going to try and fight this one through, tooth and nail. Glaive takes the boost with his retrieved SMG. Device shooting off some shots, but now things get awkward. Glaive, he's going to sprint for that M4 before Nexa can actually get on site. Nexa reading into the goose play, gets his kill. Now Device is still back behind boxes. Zipnix underneath. And that AK at a distance, as the bomb carrier's gotten to Goose, but hasn't been able to put it down. niko on ramp, and I mean, this is just a layered setup here from G2. I love the fact that they just fall silent. Let those smokes fade. Let this hold fizzle out. And there's nobody actually to stop niko from walking up on Device. I love that he clears this. And if he goes for Zipnix's position, he could very well take himself another. Excellent calls, and excellent slowdown by niko. No stress as G2 find their third.
And I joked about G2's map pool, but they actually brought it back in because of people picking it versus them. They picked up a couple of key wins, and then Nexa said, oh, maybe we'll start playing G2, start playing DUST2 as a joke on Twitter.
Yeah.
And now he's actually picking it again. And it's cool to see. It's cool to see that it's working and that they're comfortable.
I can get aboard.
I guess the one good thing is that no matter how much teams watch you... Oh, okay, never mind. Hold on. Almanac's coming out with the entry. Did he spot 2 in pit? He's looking to clear it.
Oh, just free fires Glaive. That's nice. Now he's got 2 teammates to replace him. They molly out of position. They are just hunting down the members of Astralis. For a second, that looked like it was going to connect. G2, yet again this round, just cooling things down. Really making Astralis squirm. They'll go for cat control in the meantime. Nexa has a new knife. Very cool. Device could find timing. Maybe. Oh no, not even. Niko.
Timing.
Yeah, goes the other direction.
That's the bomb spotted, which is interesting.
But they did stack B appropriately.
Yeah, they're committed, and they've got one Hummer, so Dupree cannot move from this position whether they like it or not. So they're just going to clasp their hands, prayer emoji, and hope that that G2 overthink this. Zipix will now run out towards mid, and oh my god,
down.
That's not a bad pickup. It's 1v2 situation. If there's anybody to do it, Dupree, he's been extremely on form. Oh my god, Nexa.
Wait, oh, dude, 10 seconds. That would have been incredibly close.
That was super close. That was very, very close. In fact, there's probably someone out there that knows the exact math on that. Because, again, 6 seconds to get to the camp plant. Not even sure.
He's halfway up cat. He's not even past Xbox yet.
Go back, yeah.
Oh, obviously Dupree assumes they had already moved past.
He's like, what are these idiots doing? Why are they still here? They can't win the round if they're still here. So
damn,
it
good
makes
recovery.
sense. It makes sense, of course, for Dupree to peek.
Yep. Yikes. Dodging the frag grenades. Kenny S dropped to 30 health. Amaneki's found his Mac 10 kill over in the B tunnels. G2 seriously gunning for a 5th round in a row already. Now, obviously, that last one has an asterisk next to it. Things got sketchy towards the end, but we like that. Gives us a chance to clench. Niko connecting op shots in middle. Magisk, that's an easy pickup, but again, what are Astralis expected to do? So difficult.
They're double opt T side, both on mid.
Glave's going to come sprinting into this. Did they not hear him?
The Department of Redundancy department with these AWPs. Kenny S covers Niko, though.
And then Hunter clears out mid yet again. So they'll send only Hunter to the B site, rack up some cash on that SMG, maybe. Oh, even with 3 health left over, he still takes the chance. 5 alive for G2 as they do get that 5th round on the board. And now we've got a double op setup on both teams.
They got it. They can't be really using this op, are they? I mean, they can drop it. They should be dropping a gun. Why are they picking up 2 SMGs alongside this? This is such a strange buy. On the bright side, they have so much money. On the other bright side, they can go for 2 different op picks in the round, either mid, long, or they can camp out B tunnel, something like that. They can have a gimmick pick going on. So Kenny S is going to be buying guns for this whole time while Niko goes out and seeks a kill. And they might try to score a rotation frag. But a very tricky round in some regards. I don't know what G2 are going to call here. It looks like they might be running their way up cat. But they probably do not want to be committing until they let the ops work a little bit more. Because they're going to have to execute with 2 ops.
Run boost. On the fly. Hup. Ew. Nets them nothing, but style points worth something. Frag grenade goes deep. Bada boom. Kenny S taken down to 53.
This is a very strange split. They have 2 ops both on cat and a UMP at long, and they're doing a cat split versus a full rifle.
Device caught with grenades out. Goes back for the scope, but now already that Mac 10 on site. Amanek, he's going to commit to the bomb plant or not. In fact, he doesn't even have the bomb. It's Hunter.
The molly goes, yeah. Device throws his fallback molly, misses a shot, but this is a huge opening for G2. Smart for Hunter not to push out long behind him. Can hold now for the cap plant. They probably never peek long in this situation, and the Astralis players like to rotate through CT in this spot as opposed to cap.
Here come the retake nades quite quickly. Magisk, the only man to take damage as of yet for Astralis, and Glaive, he's going to send a flash up to the skies. Hunter peeks over, gets Zipnix dead to rights, but Niko, he just got himself a collateral. And now in the 2v2, he cuts down yet another, and Nexa's there to close it. A 6th round for G2. Niko's op shining in that 8th round.
Wow, that was beautiful. Beautiful for Niko. It's crazy how he's able to hold his ground in these open positions and just trade, of course, a collateral. I mean, there's always a little bit of luck involved in a collateral, but with Niko, it just doesn't feel like it's lucky. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So that's great. I mean, a couple of things. Only one thing about Astralis' DUST2 is they always retake through CT spawn, which means that if you do go for cap plants and you're very comfortable in those positions, you can kind of farm shooting into the fishbowl that is CT spawn. A nice opening kill, but it's just pistols again here for Astralis. Do you know what I mean? No one ever, no one's trying to come cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bit too much information from my perspective.
Glaive, little 5-7 execution, but Kenny S catches him through the door. This leaves 2 Deegs on the field for Astralis, one inside the B site and one up here on close catwalk. Niko off the flash, perfect. Dupree over here just playing with his skeleton knife, got nothing else to offer here.
Oh, you're so jealous.
I am very much jealous. The most expensive vanilla knife in all of Counter-Strike, the skeleton.
Bomb has been planted.
So expensive, Dupree can't even afford one.
Does he not have one?
He's got the blue steel.
Oh, the blue steel's cheaper than the default.
You know what? My knowledge only goes so deep.
Okay, I could believe it. I could believe it.
I
All right,
was-
well, let's see if someone comes to do his crosshair. Oh,
Unfortunate for Dupree, but excellent for Amanek as he keeps that MAC-10 rolling over. We have Kenny S, max cash at the start of this 10th round. I mean, wowza. G2 coming in hot versus Astralis. That victory over MIBR has got these guys fired up.
I mean, it just goes to show you how well MIBR were playing.
Good point.
You know, these teams are not sleeping, and MIBR were doing a great job. Niko looking so damn good right now. That is the face of Malik. I watched a rotations or a map, or sorry, Thorn has so many series. It was a series. It was a show with Malik and Legia, and then they talked kind of in depth about the French Counter-Strike scene, all these different periods, and it made me a Malik fan. So I just recommend go watch that on his YouTube channel. The interesting part was just seeing how long he was around and how many close relationships that he had with a lot of the players in the French scene. And I'm mainly including Kenny S now.
Again, Amanek's gonna go for this, and he almost walked away with a frag yet again. You know, he did that same extinguish on one round with the AK where we see him go pre-fire the second player in pit. Trying it with the MAC-10, giving himself a bigger challenge, a harder task. Glaive rotates, and Dupree catching Kenny S just through the corner of the wall. Hunter's trying to dodge the fireworks as bomb's been dropped over. This looks like an end to the streak of G2. What makes this round different? Feels like Astralis just connects some shots.
You know, most teams are playing 3-2, no one peeking mid from either side. But what's kind of boomer about Astralis is that Xyp9x loves playing into CT spawn by himself. Not always boosted up. A lot of freedom for him. And I'd say a huge reason, probably maybe the most important player on the CT side, because of how fluid it is between cat and mid, is your CT spawn player in Xyp9x. And the reason he's so good at his role was because he always knew when it was going to be cat, when it was going to be mid B. I mean, that's just, he's hired for his brains, right? And here, something also that's a little bit unique to Astralis, they're challenging mid quite a bit with riflers. And it did cost them when Hunter was alone that other round.
Yeah, with the 3K.
But then you could also say that if Hunter did that every single round, surely Astralis will, it's plus EV situation for Astralis because it's a rifler coming out with no support to probably be traded. But I'm not sure if there was long nades thrown this round, but one of the best fast execs that G2 throw is the long control when teams play 3A, and they just run out mid. If a team, it's kind of a gamble, but DUST2 is gambly. If a CT team decides to go for long control, it's literally because they feel like it might be long control. It's not because they know. So if there's 3 or 4 players over at A, some nades come over, they're happy to see it, they hang out for a bit, everyone busts out mid. That poor B guy is going to have another thing coming.
So the 10th round added to the scoreboard for Astralis, their first round after 7 consecutive from G2. The only thing they have to rebuy here was their utilities.
Just push.
Oh, it's perfect! Glaive coming off of the mid play. lines up 3 players from G2. We've talked about this consistency and mid-control from the offense, trying to challenge, and they just got a face full of flash. Minute 20 for Amanek and Hunter to attempt to claw this back, but how would they ever find an answer?
Yeah, they'll need Wolverine's claws to get this one back.
And Magisk finds his solo frag on long. It all falls onto Hunter, and it's back-to-back 5 members surviving for Astralis. Score 4-7.
Show me the glaive spray.
I want to see these. Look at him. Look at him. Ooh.
They're so tilted. What's awesome about this is, of course, Glaive uses their own Xbox smoke against them.
Mm-hmm.
You throw that Xbox smoke, thanks for covering my lower.
Later.
Get peeked.
And it did look like the one player who wasn't blind was Kenny S, but he had 2 bodies stacked up in front of him. He tried to bail back just to minimize the loss, and he got shish kebabbed. So, nicely done by Glaive. Now Dupree with a sniper in mid.
Oh, scary throwing that hinge smoke these days.
Yeah, once they hear it, they know what's coming. So making sure that, I mean, obviously, look at the variation. You get punished by your own Xbox smoke last round. They alternate into the hinge smoke. Ensure that nobody can come pushing off of Catwalk. The first frag missed on Xbox. The second one is perfect timing. Niko down to 37 HP, but the bomb's still able to move inwards here.
Why aren't Astralis' grenades called Sonics? Because Sonic rolls up into a ball and does damage in his video games.
Like that?
That was really good. So they should just be called Sonic balls, right? Sonic nades? Maybe they just didn't find it catchy. Like I can't. So the good damage is nice. Good damage is good. Hunter, oh sorry, Nexo's gonna be the one trailing back and not coming out long, but putting a little bit of pressure. They're gonna try to go for the cap plan again. I like it.
Well, Device last time fumbled some nades. Instead, has the scope up, drops the first shot. He'll be given a second chance if they try to peek long, but last time they didn't at all. We saw them just kernel up on that Catwalk defense.
Against Astralis, they love retaking through CT spawn.
Everybody from CT spawn.
That's all they love doing it.
All right. Well, let's see if they can do it well enough. Flashbangs go over. Magisk. Crispy headshot. Then he gets the kill into Kenny S. A 3rd kill for Magisk on the retake. This is a flawless retake from Astralis. The first casualty stacked up against them, but Nexa in a 1 versus 5 transition spray for the Zipnix headshot. That one was a beauty.
Yo.
But with the initial bout of retake going so well, feels more like an inevitability than anything else. And Nexa, with too much on his plate, offers up a 5th here for Astralis. Considering we had 7 rounds in a row for G2, this is a great little comeback from Astralis, but it finally costs them some bodies, Launders.
It was totally blind on that first kill, too. That's nasty for Magisk.
Dirt nasty.
I was putting together top 5 all-time riflers.
Utility damage. Damn, Glaive.
Yeah.
286, 12 rounds deep.
He saves the nades just so he can get the stats.
Bottled.
Damn.
Amanek, we've seen him now play that timing differently. You go back a couple of rounds, he was consistently extinguishing it and then running out. This time just goes through the little bit of fire at his feet.
He's so tricky. He's so crafty. Oh my god. I love this push into upper. Glaive getting this info back. This is the most tactful way that you can get information back on the CT side. They picked the perfect timing. There's been so much cat presence, focus here. Glaive will get a free lurker.
Great.
Doesn't even waste time with it. They just rotate over to A. So here, Glaive knows that they have to go for a big rotate back through spawn. So his best play is actually to sit here.
Haircuts. Okay. And a second. Device. Just absolutely destroying their attempt at the long walk. But Amanek will answer. Nice.
Damn.
The ops are popping off. We'll see if Zipnix can shut this down. Nexa just about to round the smoke. Drops bomb yet again. And despite Amanek's nice frags here in the 13th, he's going to have to do everything if he wants to add it to the board. If not, Astralis now within 1. And it was looking like this T side was going to be dominant. Still good enough, don't get me wrong. Let's see what Amanek can offer. Deep mid player makes contact, and then the other two closer members of Astralis swing for the fences. A sixth for Astralis. Still the double snipers, and now only one round of a lead. Device, look at this.
Whoa. My goodness. Right in the pit. Second one up. That looked like a rewind. How did they do that? That was tricky. Very nicely done production. Last two rounds. Two ops on the board. Dupree, is he opping solo B? Device confidently peeking up mid. My goodness. This is going to open him up to a lower pick. And this lower player, they haven't been, there's no flashier green box. He might just walk into this. Oh,
The shot.
Device a bit slow. Bit slow.
Now we're going to get that mid-peek down suicide. Device goes into it, but
the trade from behind him.
two ops better than one. There is a second on the play in niko, and there it is.
What is going on?
So sure enough, a third player with the op, but Hunter survives it. The frag, off the mark. He's down to 16 HP.
You know what? I'm not going to say this isn't winnable. So we have, I know it's a 2v4, but we have Matt just pushed off Cat. Zipix, eyes trained on B, full HP as well. Hunter's low, and G2 might commit without information. Next is now flanking A site, and what makes this interesting is the lower players would come back through Cat potentially. It depends what the timing is here for Magisk. They don't want to go B now. Yeah, so this is just about Magisk, basically.
Yeah, Magisk versus Nexa. You can see Magisk kind of...
Who gets lucky? You can see him there we go.
Unsuspecting, walks right into it. Now immediately, as you called, bomb starts moving over, and the tunnels players try to keep up that pressure on B, just in case he had attempted to go through mid, could have cut him down from behind. They had the route to the A site. Really, the tail of the tape in that 14th round, Mohan, is the ops in mid. We had the initial kill, back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
Until we saw that AK peek and shut it all down. Glaive even picking up the dead op. And, well, this 15th round still featuring snipers for everyone, it seems. Dupree and Device right back at it. Nice full formed buy on each side. And 4 members of G2 into the tunnels early. Oh, damn, wasting 0 time right into mid. Nice headshot coming out from Nexa. Now, all of a sudden, Astralis isolated with 2 members on B, but by getting Device into CT, they have opened a route on Catwalk. Yes, they don't have long control, but it's not like Device is going to be on car where he has been. Instead, it's just Magisk tucked along the wall. And Astralis wasting no time, getting up Catwalk. Device with the CZ, committed to the corner. Excellent headshot coming in from Kenny. Magisk just moving his crosshair, and it's a 2 versus 4 with 2 ops to try and retake the A site. It's the final round of the half. They've got nothing to lose, but they may have already lost. Dupree swapping out to the M4. Device unable to get something just yet, so he too swapping to the automatic rifle. Kenny getting Dupree as he jumps through the smoke, and Device on for the 1 versus 3, the full HP. And when we look at the scoreboard, well, we find Hunter and niko at the top with 14 and 15 frags respectively.
So many individual rounds. Kind of look like an IGL victory from some perspectives. Lots of good calls from G2 to pull that half back from the grave. On the reverse, we had some great rounds from Astralis too, especially at flash cat rounds to call out what G2's game plan was, and the glaive upper tunnel push to recognize they've been doing a lot of 4-1 lurks. But still, G2 come out way ahead, which is very scary signs. And Astralis are now queued up for a long hit, but look who's in the tunnels.
Yes, having cleared it all. They're so confident in this A stack. But Magisk will find the first kill. Curious to see just how blind he was. Excellent follow-up flash, but they just can't quite get their headshots, damn it. Glaive's able to get himself across the ramp. And we've got Kenny S up on boxes because of the tunnel flank. He had the catwalk. He worked into the site. They're body blocking for him. The bomb plant goes down. 3 kills coming in for G2. Dupree runs forward, but Kenny S covered by his teammates. Now Magisk has everything to do, and that bomb's not nearly planted for him. Kenny's working through it on the defuse. G2 with double digits immediately off the second pistol.
I know you were cheering for the retake just so that we could talk about how delicious and juicy that body block was. 3 players were all queued up, made sure to get the bomb down. And hey, you know what? Round win or not, that bomb plan is nearly worth as much. If there was a graph to show how valuable winning the opening pistol was to how valuable it is to just get the bomb plan, they would be virtually indistinguishable. You'd be splitting hairs in the current meta in CS. Right now, Astralis will be happy to get that bomb plant. The AK buys have already begun. Dupree 31, Glaive dropping a scout. Galil purchased up. We're going to have a situation where it puts G2 in a pressurized position. They've got to invest more than just into SMGs to know they're going to win this round. Kenny S will be forced to get a rifle. niko will get a rifle. Almanac has one final decision to make. He's got a rifle as well.
Okay. 2 M4s, FAMAS, double SMG. We look at the other side, double Galil, AK Scout Deagle. Hard to say who's got the better buy except for the utilities, and obviously Device lacking armor. So the glass pea shooter in the Scout. Instant tunnels control from Astralis and working bomb to mid quite quickly. G2 do have a member in CT spawn, but they're also kind of getting curious on long. Astralis grouping early.
niko's a lone wolf floating. Actually, on paper, makes so much sense as a mid-to-B player. But it looks like it might be another scored bomb plant. It's the utility that's going to be the biggest advantage for G2, but they don't even have that much. Like, in this situation, with their formation, you'd think they'd be relying on Molotovs and stuff to retake the site.
Bomb moves inwards. Not even a contest yet from G2. Bomb plant, 5v5 retake. All right. G2 with their hands full. Remember, Device doesn't have armor, so he's going to have to try and keep his head down. Little smoke to move forward here. Hunter anticipating Glaive on a perilous peak as 3 CTs would be ready to receive, but it's a missed shot from niko. And now they just instantly swarm up the ramp. Dupree's gonna answer. Device just cowering in the corner as his teammates do great work, shutting it down for now. Kenny S answers. There's the first, but it's Dupree with the Galil and Astralis with the 7.
It's well played. Listen, Astralis do everything they're supposed to do in that spot. They know that they have to take a certain timing where they just all fight at once, because there's not enough positions to stand in that are safe. For example, if you play back on Cat, one single smoke from long can shut you off. So you don't want to come through that smoke later. So instead, Dupree is literally out in the open. You have one player, Gandalf, you have Glaive fight off a flash right away. And all of those moments of timing are what are key for Astralis, and they nailed them.
Quick flashes. But a big stack up here from G2. Dupree lining him up alongside Zivnix. One more member of G2 on the other side. He dies to just the sidearm. And Amonek's flank could come up empty-handed. Very nicely done by Astralis, just committing entirely as a team, following through after that first bit of contact, and this is why they'll have an 8th round added to the board.
I wonder if it's a wrong call to have the setup that they did, because they knew exactly what round would come their way. Now, the only thing they didn't know is that Astralis would try to go for a cat exec in that spot, but they maybe know G2 are going to stack in that way on anti-ecos. So, bit of IGL mind games. And we saw, the longer the game went on last time versus Astralis, the more powerful Glaive got, specifically. The more confidence he had in reading into G2, and the more he made it look like Nexa wasn't the fantastic IGL that he is. Why'd you put the hot dog down?
I was just in my face, and I was getting a little uncomfortable.
Okay. That's 2 rounds. Okay, let's see. How many did they survive with last round? 3. Majority. So had a surplus on back-to-back rounds and another farming round where G2 will try to come up with something creative. Call the strat, Connor. How are you calling this strat on a full eco with nothing to work with?
On the full eco, you go for a mid smoke, and one guy boosts 4 CTs onto Cat so that they can go challenge mid.
Okay, so mid smoke comes out. Oh, looks like they
didn't listen.
They're gonna go for the. Do they have any flash? No.
Well, they're still challenging mid, just not from the direction I would choose. Frag grenade from Glaive, softens up Amanek, fire at the feet of 2, forces Amanek outwards, and just like that, it's the instantaneous 5v3. Glaive, he wants a little bit more.
He literally knew what was coming.
Still tons of utility as well for Astralis. Clears the closest of corners. Hunter looking to respond, and Device gives cover with the Scout. Headshot. Man, he's been hitting the headshots on the op and Scout. No body shots needed. Pristine accuracy, and Astralis now within 1. 10 rounds for G2, 9 for Astralis. Buys on each team.
They've lost 2 players in 3 rounds, and I'm not talking about the pistol. So all those deaths actually matter. G2's lead diminishes. They'll purchase up into everything and better grenades than they had on that first anti-eco, where they were forced to spend more money than they wanted to because Astralis scored a bomb plant, a pivotal key bomb plant. So almost the first real round of the half by their standards.
Hunter completely called out by the utility, but Glaive,
my goodness.
If only he had a gun in hand.
He's
my God, he's running right through this. Of course, the Hunter doesn't expect it, but Amanek from the back of the B site, he's looking to lock down the line, and the spray goes astray. niko on the other side of the window runs in, insta-kill on Zipnix, and we have Device in the clutch. Minute 15, he falls silent. He hears niko. That would have been his chance, but now he's gunned down. G2 with an 11th, just catching all of Astralis off guard with that flashbang and not letting them sink their teeth into the B hit. But damn, Glaive, hell of a commitment there through mid doors.
And Damanek as well. I swear I see a sheen in his glasses every time the hit comes out. He's looking real comfortable, and a 2A player. So creative on timings on entries, on T side, on lots of maps, not just this one. And on CT side, working alone in the small sites, biting off more than he can chew. If Amanek isn't even your bottom fragger, who is on G2 Esports?
Jax. Whoever he may be.
Yeah, and he was one of his, this was one of his better maps too. But Amanek is definitely working overtime to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean.
I do. I do. Glaive will be thrown around the corner alongside the flash. Oh, abort. Luckily for Astralis, there's nothing here to punish them. Where's that op on Kenny S? Okay, over towards car. So the closer they get to this A site, the closer they get to the magic stick. Ooh, push. I like it. I like it a lot.
Nuts. Just take it and run.
Completely compromises the mid setup now.
And look how Amanek loves to do this. Just run, 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 run. He knows the space is quite open. At a certain point, he's got to start walking. Probably now. He's in the spawn.
Zipnix is going to catch him.
He's not even...
Or not.
Bro, have some... Relax a little bit. Are you serious? He does almost all the damage to the player going into lower spawn, and he's still continuing forward. They're clinching.
This is
Amanek.
sick.
Shift key is broken. He hasn't started He hasn't stopped running, excuse me.
Dupree will finally shut him down, but what a rampant round from Amanek. Gets into the tunnels, never let off. Zipnix seemed to know he was coming, but I don't think he expected him to just go for such a wide peak. Check out all these kills from Amanek. This is his highlight reel of the round.
This is a 4th repeat right here.
Boom, bada bing. And then up to Device, because Device tries to turn as Hunter comes out from mid doors.
Where did this come from?
It's awesome. Awesome round coming out of G2 to get that 3-round lead.
I mean, he was safe. As soon as he got into spawn, he was in a great spot. That's mental.
Understandably could have slowed everything down, could have forced Astralis to go back and clear their back line. But he wanted to have some fun with it. And that was very fun. Explosive. 3K throws the wrench in the works. Wrapped it in Dynamite first. We'll see if Astralis can get back on the board here. They did come in with the buy. Op included on device. 5 men set up in mid. We see Hunter going for a bit of a tunnels peek. But just playing around with it, assuming maybe somebody would be there to keep him honest. We're going to have Kenny S tested. Op on cross, and niko goes running inwards, lines up 2 players. He even sprays into the third. He could do more damage, but the gun goes dry. Device with the op answers in the 2v5. Kenny S throwing the flashes out. CT starting to sniff around at the base of mid. This means Cat is compromised, and if Astralis don't turn around to stop it once the smoke fades, oh my goodness, Aminek's running through. He tried to screw them over. Hunter back here as well. Just trying to exchange shots, trying to trade damage through. Nexa does stop bomb, and a second kill as he snaps it onto the site and gives G2 their 13th round.
They've got a different look to them right now, right? The aggression, it's reaching new heights, and it's weird. It's on the CT side, and it's all these weird spots.
Man, they're confident in this DUST2.
They're happy to send Aminek through that. I feel like he had the blessing, you know?
Yep.
To come through with a flash. It wasn't good, but then even that play to come up long that quickly when they are just about to set up in a 4v2 retake, they would have won anyways.
Astralis going to try and turn it back here, looking to crank the dial themselves. They will get that long control, but you're absolutely right.
It's
the
just
last
disrespect.
2 rounds, man. Nexa, he puts his hand on Aminek's forehead. I bless you, child. Go forward.
Dunks his head in water.
And he just moves in quick.
That's awesome that they're on the same page with that kind of. It's not like the last time they played DUST2.
And absolutely justified as well in that 5 versus 2. You know, even if Aminek doesn't get a kill as he did.
How does Kenny S play the smoke actually? Oh man,
nearly could have racked him up.
Could have been a few hundred damage.
Frag grenade.
Not bad.
Could have been worse. Nexa on Goose. Flashbang connects to the face, and Glaive with the opening kill of the round. Now down goes niko.
Well, that's a bit awkward.
Oh my God. Hunter comes up, almost stopping the bomb. Magisk will give one back.
Such a strange round. Nexa eats a flash, doesn't want to run away from it, and then they spot him. And, oh, what's happening here? That's not even a kill, okay. Kenny will drop that shot and leave. G2 will save. Very weird rounds. I mean, niko even just gets sprayed down through the smoke on the cat corner. Hunter almost gets 2 with the boost. A few things go a little bit too well there for Astralis, but they don't really care how they got there. It's a 3-round streak put to an end. niko has been farming. Jeez, he's up 22 and 14. Pack leader. DUST2, new favorite map maybe.
Pulling away from Hunter. They came into this half with, I believe, 1 kill between them. Or rather, 1 kill separating them. Now up to 4. But yes, this was Glaive just giving chase to Nexa. And the Magisk spray, that one's the big one. Also having this very back position on ramp. Denies the jump up, which could have really delivered. You saw the bomb planter kind of hands busy on the play. Good job by Magisk to give cover.
Damn. niko sporting 1.35 impact rating on DUST2. Didn't realize that was such a high-performing map for him. Only thing higher, I think, is Mirage.
I wonder how much that stat jumped after his 38 kills the last time they played.
Yeah, it might have been a little jump. For sure.
Like, that's got to be a boost to the stats.
Definitely 50-plus units.
Hunter's playing in CT spawn. Here's the hinge smoke. Could time this perfectly. Oh,
man.
Nice. Kenny S softening him up with the op shot through the ledge. Frag grenade was perfect. Poor Magisk.
This is where Aminek's glasses shine again.
Let's see what he can do. He does have support from Hunter. Flashes are good enough. Aminek flustered by the fire. And dupreeh looking to be the front runner of the B hold. Device, however, drops the bomb. Now things get awkward. These Molotovs are going to burn themselves out. And dupreeh, well, he catches the headshot. But niko's flank exchanging dinks with Glaive, who gets the edge. Man advantage, but again, that bomb, it's been thrown forward, and Kenny S, he's got a player up close, just chipping away at his HP. Dupree, he could just go gunning in for this final frag, or intelligently play bomb.
Need to know in the interview, what is it right now that G2 are just not letting Astralis get bomb plants? That's their only game plan. Literally, on every single round, they are attempting, they're not always successful, but they're attempting to fight continuously until they win or lose, potentially. In B-side, of course, it makes a lot of sense. But I mean, Hunter's re-aggression through the window, it feels like a bit too much. But I guess it's been working for them early on in this half. And honestly, it feels like it's Almanac that has been the guy who... I guess when I think about it, I think Almanac is probably the most probable character to use that kind of play in other games. Like, he always does stuff like that. But now it feels like everybody's kind of joining in.
This is that op shot.
This is
Tried to get away.
This is really nice.
Combined with this. Boom. Also, Dupree catching that window peek.
That's the one where they're even numbers, right?
And that kill also could have gone either way.
For sure.
Be gone. All right. So Kenny S did close the round with the op still in hand.
Oh.
The only tool for G2 to deny a 12th round for Astralis, unless this 3-man cat stack with USPs and a 5-7 somehow works out. Dupree jumping up, gets dinked. Glaive also down to 41.
And Kenny S.
What is going on?
He's pushing. He's pushing with the op.
And because of the damage, that just called one down. Kenny S, he's found the bomb. He finishes off Glaive.
Oh, I love that.
Goes in for second servings.
Yeah, they don't want to go A. They know that now that he has tunnels control.
Oh my god, this is just USPs! All of this damage stacked up from the vanilla pistols. Device and Dupree on damage control, able to get it back. Kenny through the wall and the smoke. How have they managed this?
Hold on.
And how will Dupree deny it? He drops into the CT spawn. But we've got an opper watching this. Kenny S, he's going to make sure he doesn't cross back to the B site. Kenny scope, and he gets him. A 3K from Kenny and an awesome pistol hold on Cat to get their 14th round.
Hey, they got called out the last time they used a full eco, where they had that stack at mid, and Glaive was like, nade it, molly it. This round, Kenny finds a cool way to use his op that's not just going for a cat peek, not just going for a long opening, instead going into B, pushing tunnels alone, re-aggressing, grabbing 3 kills. Right here's the trade. That's a big one. Monster round from Kenny S. And the USPs as well. You got to credit everybody there. Great teamwork.
And look what this nets them. Double deagle between Magisk and Zipnix. Immediately going to be sprinting out long A. Niko, he's got himself 3 kills. Shuts down everybody that managed to get out from the doorway. Sends the frag soaring and sends Astralis spiraling back into mid, where Hunter will meet them with a smoke. Bomb is dropped. Dupree's going to walk through this. That's such a simple pickup. And Device in a 1v5, or else G2 take their 15th. Mohan, that last round with the USPs, that is a turning point for G2 because it looked like Astralis were going to cut this close. And instead, they get cut down.
Wow, it's been fun to watch. That was pretty interesting. Again, the CT side is unlike a CT side I'm used to seeing from G2, which is cool. And at this point, Device in desperation mode, willing to give Niko the 4th. Fantastic stuff by him on an individual level. We've seen him in a few different spots.
Excuse me. Yeah, he's now on 27 kills.
Yeah.
Hunter 21.
He just loves killing Astralis on DUST2.
He's making it a hobby. Here's the replay from Kenny S on the final kill.
This is a great shot too, huh? Flick up. It's a jumping kill. Oh my god!
What?
It was like that? Well, you didn't tell me it was like that.
C'est quoi ça?
Impossible.
Not for Kenny S. Smoke grenade out to CT spawn, and Hunter picks up the opening kill. Amanek's gonna throw the flash, so Niko easily coming in here, and this is G2 just shutting it down. 3 back-to-back-to-back rounds to close this 16-11. Awesome showing on DUST2. Another victory over Astralis. And G2 now 1 round away from closing out Group 3. A 2-0 perhaps.